So this is the Plaud AI Note, and this is the Plaud AI Note Pro. And they're only $20 different on the website right now. So which one of these two devices should you be getting for your own AI note-taking needs? What's actually different about the Pro? Should you just save some money and get the regular one? Or is the Pro actually that worth it? So the Plaud Note does have some aluminum on the back here, but it also does have some polycarbonate or some plastic build to it. They're both very clean and extremely light. And then you have this manual switch that goes from the regular recording mode to the phone call recording mode. And that's basically the main switch on the device. And the other button is just what starts and stops the recording and the pairing and stuff like that. So that's all the buttons and functionality of the hardware of this device. And it does have a single indicator light, which will show, and it does indicate recording and some of the other functionalities you'll see in this video. Then there is the Plaud Note Pro. And this one is much more of a solid piece of aluminum, or probably not single piece, but it has more metal on the build and it does feel more premium in your hand, but not any heavier or anything like that, which is good. And it has Gorilla Glass protecting the front display, which is a not even full inch display, 0.95 inches, but it's AMOLED, so that's nice. I mean, it does look pretty good. It shows the battery percentage, which is a very nice thing to see. And it will actually show when you're recording, give little waveforms here as well. And then you can use this button to tap significant moments in the recording, and then it will mark that after the fact as well. So there we go again, marked another significant moment and another one. And we'll see all those transfer to the app when we do that transfer process. As you can see, there's no switch to turn it into phone recording mode, and that's because it's supposed to be able to detect it automatically. So we'll definitely give some tests of that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm training you actually on how to be recorded. Well, you see, it's a rigorous process of saying weird things to you and seeing how you react.
That's another stupid plural word. Sheep is just sheep. Who came up with that? Like, that was the most uncreative thing known to man. I think it should be shoop and then sheep. A singular sheep should just be a shoop.
It is ultimately still the same shape and feels just as thin and light. So a nice improvement in the build for the Note Pro. Definitely a win in that regard. Something else that you can see physically on these two devices is the microphone cutouts. So on the Plaud Note, you see two at the top, and you see this little cutout on the back here. And on the Plaud Note Pro, you see 1, 2, 3, 4 cutouts on the body of the device. And then there's not an explicit one on the back, but there is still the vibration sensor. And that's how it records your phone calls. It listens more to the vibration of the phone, so it can capture it a bit more accurately than just a regular microphone. So this only has 2, so it's not going to be anywhere near as good at canceling out background noise. So we've taken our Plaud devices to a simulated coffee shop environment, with my iPad being the noise. And first, you're hearing the microphone that I use for all my videos, which does have active noise canceling. So let me know if this sounds pretty good, and if either of these sound like they isolate and cancel out the noise even better. So first, you're hearing the Plaud Note. And while this device is not bad, because it does have a second microphone to try to cancel out different background noise, it's definitely not going to do as good as the Plaud Note Pro. And you should be hearing a significant reduction of background noise, and this is going to be helpful if you're meeting with someone in a noisy environment like a coffee shop or anything like that. You're going to want this level of noise canceling. This should also give the Plaud Note Pro more range. We should be able to get closer to 16 feet away and still be able to accurately hear what I'm saying, versus at maximum around 8 to 9 feet on the Plaud Note. All right, so now we are going to test the distance that both of these devices can record my voice. So right now you're hearing the standard microphone, but now you'll be hearing the Plaud Note. And I'm just gonna keep walking away and seeing how well it does. Now there is some wind noise here as well, so we'll test that as well between these two. The Pro should have better wind cancellation, and now I'm probably a good 10-ish feet away or more, or almost 15 now. So this should be the upper limits of what the Note can hear. It's even hearing me at all at this point. But the Plaud Note Pro should probably still be able to pick up my voice from this distance, maybe even a little bit further. So now you're hearing the Plaud Note Pro, and I'll come a little bit closer to it and see that obviously it's going to get better the closer I am to the device, but it's definitely doing a better job of picking up my voice at a longer distance. Now, I don't know how many times you're going to be setting it up super far away from you, but at the same time, let's think about this. If you're in a conference room meeting and you set your device down and you go up to a board to like write something down, or you're moving around the room to talk to different people and you want to capture everything in that room, you're going to want good noise canceling and you're going to want a good range to get all that accurately captured. They both do have the same on-device storage. That hasn't changed at 64 gigabytes, but the Note Pro allows for approximately 50 hours of continuous recording versus about 30 on the regular Note. And that's mostly a battery improvement and having the auto detection between phone calls and standard meetings. That enables the longer recording time and just better optimization, honestly, on the Note Pro. And again, you have that highlight button on the Note Pro, which is huge for those longer meetings and you want to quickly get to the important stuff. You can just hit that button every time you're like, ooh, I'm definitely going to want to come back to this later. It's very handy. So ultimately, the app experience is pretty similar between these two, but because of some of the enhanced features on the Note Pro, you do see more in the app. So for example, if I've been recording on the Plaud Note device or the Note Pro, and I haven't had the app open or anything like that, but I've been recording outside of it, then you're gonna need to sync it up with your app. So if I open the Plaud app here, you can see it's already recognizing this and it's already starting to sync to it. Now, it looks like they actually have added highlighting with the original Note, which honestly is great that they added that. So they said a white light will appear when you've added the highlight successfully. It's a little harder to see when you've done it and a little less convenient, but it still works, which is great. And during that time we talking, it already synced over that recording. So it's not slow on the Plaud Note, but when you do have a longer recording session, you don't get the faster 5 gigahertz transfer speed like you do on the Note Pro, which will cut down on those 30, 40 hour long recordings transferring over. That will be pretty significantly improved. So for example, it has been recording this whole time. So let's actually switch to it and see it transfer. And it looks like it pops up a nicer interface here while you're recording, and it lets you actually like write down some key points, and it's showing you exactly when you're highlighting information, which that looks really nice. I mean, I definitely like using the Note Pro. I'll just say right now, more than the previous Note. Everything just feels like it's integrated even better, and the actual device itself just feels better to use. So let's stop the recording and save that here. And then you can do that fast transfer. But this is such a small file. Normally, it wouldn't even make sense to do the Wi-Fi transfer here because it almost takes more time setting up than it is to transfer it. But when you have that longer 40 to 45 minute or even beyond recording, this is when you're gonna want to have the Wi-Fi transfer set up, and it will always be faster on the Note Pro. And there we go, done. Yeah, so that's the basics of the differences with the app. You get even more functionality, not significantly different though. They have definitely given a lot of the updates to the original Note device, so you're not losing much there. It's just the fact that the recordings are just better quality to begin with, and the noise canceling is just going to be better. So therefore, transcriptions should just be even more accurate. Well, if I've been recording on the Plaud Note device or the Note Pro, and outside of, I haven't had the app open or anything like that, but I've been recording outside of it, then you're gonna need to sync it up with your app. So if I open the Plaud app here, you can see it's up. But that is the regular Note device. For example, if I've been recording on the Plaud Note device and outside of, and I haven't had the app open or anything like that, but I've been definitely getting more feedback you're gonna need on the Note Pro, but it might have just been how I was holding it, if I was covering or rubbing right up against a microphone. It is definitely possible, as it has more of them all around it, so I could have been brushing my finger against a microphone, but it seems to still be very accurately transcribing. I don't think the transcription looks worse, but the audio in this example is definitely worse. With your app, so if I open the Plaud app here, you can see it's already recognizing this and already starting to sync to it. These devices aren't really meant to be handheld microphones that you put up to someone and be like, here, talking to the microphone. They are really meant to be, you set this on the desk, you kind of forget it's there, and you just have a conversation with someone. So me messing with it, holding it while it's doing its thing, is creating a very skewed result here. So look to the other examples you see in this video for the true audio quality difference between these two devices. But yeah, so that battery life is a little bit better on the Note Pro, a little bit bigger capacity just in the device itself. And I do like having longer recording that I can potentially do on the device. That's always going to be handy. I'd rather have more than less, and they're not really making any thicker or heavier, if at all. All right, so after all this, which one should you actually choose to be your device? Is saving $20 really worth it to get the older version, or is getting the new Plaud Note Pro the way to go? I would say if you're buying them both full price, the Note Pro has enough added features to warrant the extra 20 bucks. Like, it's $20 and you're already spending over 100. I feel like getting much better noise cancellation, further range, better battery, a display to see things on, and even more app features is just better. Maybe you found a used one on eBay or something that you decided to go for. Don't feel like you're missing out on too much getting the standard Note, because I think for the average person, you won't tell much of a difference. It's mostly going to be for those content creators, those people in bigger boardroom meetings. That's where having extra range, extra battery, and better noise canceling will really come into place. The auto detecting between phone recording and standard meeting recording is handy as well. And I think that's a nice quality of life improvement, but doing the physical switch is not hard as long as you remember to do it every time. Now, should you upgrade from the Plaud Note to the Plaud Note Pro? And I would say very likely not, unless the battery has just been worn down over the years or so you've had it, or you just really have been feeling like the way you use the device, it's hard with just the Note because you do longer range things all the time, or you do run out of battery all the time, or you can't hear yourself in certain environments because the noise canceling is not as good. So if all that's you, then maybe you should upgrade, especially if you've already had it for a few years and you know this is something you like. But if not, keep the Plaud Note until it literally just doesn't run anymore, because they're not that different. But if you haven't bought either and they're both retail price, I would go for the Note Pro. I think it is still objectively the better device and can do more and stay better for longer. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a comment and like the video, and of course subscribe to the channel. It really does help us grow and be able to reach more people. And if you like the slight modification to the setup, this isn't a completely new setup, but some new lights, some new angles, as you can see. Leave a comment down below. Which one do you like better? Do you like this angle, or do you like when I had the side angle pointed more at this wall? Let me know in the comments down below. We might bring back the side angle as an option, but this is probably going to be our main angle from now on. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great rest of your day.